50,000 jobs are cut from big tech companies this week. Microsoft is no longer going to sell Windows 10 by the end of the month. Sony has just released a new ps5 controller. Only 3 interesting games to talk about this week. There's a bunch of new content coming your way. My name's Chris from CITC, and this is the Wednesday Weekly Report. So this first story comes to us from CBSNews.com. Seems that tech giants in the past month have laid off a combined 50,000 jobs. That's right, these started actually at the beginning of the month, around January 3rd, whenever we started to realize that some of the big 3 tech companies were laying off employees at significant rates. These layoffs come after having one of the worst economic years for the US. 2022 skyrocketing inflation has led consumers to spend less for their entertainment and technological products. Thus, first in the hand of these tech companies to cut workforce to save themselves a little bit from taking such a big hit. Now, some companies like Alphabet, that's Google's parent company there, they have reported that they're going to cut 6% of their global workforce. Some other companies, such as Carvana, have already cut 12% of their global work. Now, with such big cuts to their workforce, you can also expect there to be an implementation of different things to alleviate this, and one thing that they're trying to use to alleviate all of these cuts in the workforce is the introduction of AI automation into some of these lesser important roles. Microsoft, for one, has just released a statement saying such, and it looks like other bigger tech companies are probably going to follow suit on top of that. So if you're someone who happened to be working in the tech industry and you get laid off, you shouldn't really worry just yet. There are a slew of other companies that are out there that definitely need to have people of these qualifications. Things such as Tyson, I know for one, is having a huge derivative towards having a more technological advancement coming up in the future of this year and next. So if you get laid off from one of these bigger tech companies, I would still try and find yourself somewhere to work. It's not all dead nails in the coffin just yet. This next story was found on CNET.com. Microsoft has planned to stop selling Windows 10 by January 31st of this year, which by the time of recording, that only leaves us about 2 good old weeks before we can say goodbye to Windows 10. This means this month will be the last chance to get Windows 10 before you're inevitably only able to get Windows 11. For those of you still working with Windows 10, don't worry though, because Microsoft plans to update and keep the platform functional all the way until October 2025. After that, those of us still clinging to the past are going to have to learn to move on. This final story comes to us from The Verge. So Sony has just released their newest accessory to the PlayStation 5 console, and that is the DualSense Edge controller. Now, this controller is made for those gamers who want to get more out of their controller. This is actually a direct comparison to the Xbox Elite controller, and it will come at a whopping $199. That's almost half of the PS5 console itself. But this new Edge controller comes with some notable accessories. Mainly, it comes in a very hard case. It has a long braided USB-C cable with a particular attachment, and it has 4 back paddle buttons. It has 4 analog accessories for use, and it also seems that the accessory for the braided cable, it will have an ability to lock on very tightly, which is great for someone like me who plays on PC, currently using the DualSense 1.0, constantly plugged in for the video games that I play on PC. But the newer DualSense Edge controller is going to have the ability to lock this USB in place, making it great for someone that's sort of moving their controller around as they play. On to video game releases. We have on January 24th Forspoken, that comes out for the PlayStation 5 and PC. Then on January 26th we have Power Chord, that's coming out on Switch and PC. And the Dead Space remake, January 27th, that comes out on PS5, Xbox Series S and X, and Steam PC. Now on to CITC news. The Facebook and YouTube page got a nice new facelift, new things such as a nice new profile picture as well as different cover arts coming to both of those platforms. That was really nice to implement, and hopefully you guys enjoy the new look. Speaking of our YouTube channel, we now have a new playlist, and that's our 2022 update videos. All those different update videos you saw in the past on the Facebook page are now available on the YouTube channel, so go ahead and check that playlist out. And at the beginning of the week, you might have seen it already, but there is a new Shorts, a new Reels advertisement coming out for CITC, which is a short little advertisement that talks about our 3 main packages, that being our personal, business, and leisure consultations. And that's going to be it for your Wednesday Weekly Report. My name's Chris from CITC. I hope you guys are having a very great week out there. Remember, helping is our passion. Technology is our medium.